Hello and welcome to our promotional DVD to promote our pastoral response to substance misuse. My name is John Taff. I'm the National Coordinator of the Irish Bishops' Drugs Initiative.
I'm Darren Butler and I'm the Community Development Worker.
I honestly feel that there's not an area or a parish or a curacy or an inch of Ireland that hasn't been infected in some way by drinking drugs. If we say it's not in my area, we're just deluding ourselves. It's in every area possible. And I honestly feel as a church we have got to be getting involved in what's affecting people at the moment. Unfortunately, at the moment, the church is at a very low ebb. And until we get involved in where the people are at and helping them out of that situation, we're onto nothing. But when we show an interest, when we let them know that we're actually interested in their problems, then I think the church will start to grow again. And honestly, until that happens, I think we're onto nothing.
I found out by the group of youth directors, they were telling me about going to the launch of the drug initiative in Maynooth, and I was very anxious to be part of it. And it was a wonderful event, and I was very taken by the Mooncoin experience, and I brought it back to our own youth commission, and we tried to look at a strategy that maybe we could get this best implemented within the diocese. And initially we decided to look at a peer mentoring program because young people today love that approach, and it's a way of educating the young people themselves and getting them involved in the program. So the following June, Darren and John came to the teachers' conference and they presented what was possible, and we had very positive reaction. And we decided to initially start in Uri, and St. Coleman's School for boys and Our Ladies for girls decided to take up the initiative, and the following year they were trained by Darren in Drummondine, and then now at that point of actually delivering that programme within their own school. So it's great to see it happening in both cases, both in the school and now in the parish, both in Clonduff and in Uri.
Just a little bit about our initiative. Our initiative is supported by the Office for the Minister for Drugs, and we link in with the National Substance Misuse Strategy under 4 areas. We're involved in information and awareness, education and training, alternative activities to avoid substance misuse, and we allow parish facilities to be used by support agencies.
Car accidents, and we put empty beer bottles all over the grass and a big sign. Now, we didn't need to stand in their faces and say don't drink alcohol. All we had to do was put these white crosses out in these bottles, and people were stopping and going, oh my god, look at this, and it was an instant message to them without being there lecturing to them.
More than I realise, if you understand me. Yeah, I know, like when you go into school, you have your heart set and you want to be a teacher or whatever, blah blah blah. But just being involved in it has just given me a lot more responsibility and confidence and self-esteem, and I've turned into like a brand new Jodie. And it wasn't something like overnight, it was by constantly going and getting involved in the nights and not just sitting there in the corner waiting for someone else to talk. I just had to get up there and start talking, and that was the end of it. And since then, yeah, like even with some of the people in our group, I know one of the boys, like Lou, he's looking into social work since he's been in the group because he loves what he's doing in the group and wants to pursue it as a career. And that's great, like that's what he wants to do. And Dawn wants to be a primary school teacher. She wants to work with kids because she loves teaching the confirmation classes.
It was a wonderful initiative really in that it brought, I suppose, the school and the outside, the wider community really together with a common concern. That's the welfare of our children, and that's the theme running through it. And I think that was the whole idea of the Irish Drugs Initiative programme from the very beginning. From a whole parish community point of view, in lots of ways, the people have to become more self-sufficient in lots of ways. But this has certainly been a great success, and all I can say is I hope it continues for the future.
Guards, but like ever since the decaf came here, the guards have been dropping in. We're after like developing a healthy relationship with them.
If the decaf wasn't here, like you wouldn't get to see your friends as much outside because like it's not as safe outside as it is in decaf. Like there's all those like people outside like offering drugs and drink and everything to it.
Part of the decaf it helped like it to avoid drugs and drink, but like you get it like it seems easier to say no to your friends, or like because like you've built a better relationship with them and you know that they're not into that stuff because they're in here rather than out on the street smoking or doing drugs. That you can come here and talk to people. It's you build a better relationship with the people that are here. Like better you're 18, it's easier to talk to them than really anyone else. Like you know that we got our like decaf off the parish, and now like we're glad, like happy to have it, and we're grateful that they had donated it to us. Like we wouldn't have had this if they hadn't given it to us, and it's good like opportunity to get off the kids off the streets and make sure they don't get into drugs and alcohol and smoking and all. So like yeah, it is.
When the church gave us the building, they know like it showed they actually cared about us. They didn't just let us go off and do our own thing.
Like Blessing is like a good town. Like the church is like really good for like giving us here like the space to have our decaf, like not to be out down drinking, doing everything you think's cool. It's not. And you could be inside having fun in decaf with your friends.
Bearing on their life. And most, you know, in most communities, most towns in the country, we have a parish hall. And in a lot of cases, like this one, it's been sitting there doing nothing for years. And that's what this is. We were lucky enough. The parish gave us the facility, told us to go ahead. It was ours for as long as we needed. When you see them enjoy themselves, when you see them have fun, proper fun, you know, that's safe and they're not outside doing something that puts them in danger. It's just wonderful to see them enjoying themselves, feeling confident and having fun. I mean, I love being with them.
For me, David Conway, to be involved in the Monkine Drug Awareness Initiative and the IBDI Drug Initiative, it has been a life-changing, something life-changing that has happened to me, and it has actually, it's like St. Paul on the road to Damascus. It has absolutely changed my whole life. I've become involved in the parish. I have been nominated for awards as a volunteer. It has just changed my life. I'm involved with young people, I work with the youth club. I am now visiting schools. It has given me so much confidence to be able to stand up and talk to people. I feel that even to be able to communicate to young people and to have that link and connect with young people, it's been absolutely fantastic.
Programme, but linked with, of course, sixth class, not first year, but sixth class, and it's a great programme, and it has made a difference to the life of the parish. And many elderly people in their 70s and 80s said it's lovely to see a parish vibrant and so on. So the Bishop Drugs Initiative has done a major amount in that kind of way, and I'm very grateful for the support which they have given as well. Right, from a pastoral kind of area, how would you call it? The church is very much alive, and there are varying events that take place. Both the peer educators and the young people themselves. For instance, they go on a retreat. It's not that it's hugely expensive for that either. It's not going to cost that much. It's going to cost kind of in time and a bit of effort and a bit of paper and drawing and so on and so forth. And there are people and there are other organisations which are there to enable and to help, like the HSE or Ossory Youth clubs and so on and so forth. And you can pull on the expertise of these people, and that will grow as well. The other thing that we did was in the confirmation day itself, because the building of community and the linking of the confirmation programme with the community and with the elderly as well, the confirmation, like we have, as it were, a kind of a soul friend from our Young at Heart group, which would be our senior citizens. Each of those, for instance, would pray for one of the candidates for confirmation as well. And that's another linkage in the community. And then when we celebrated confirmation, we had a barbecue, and the bishop and all came down for his burger, and we had a great celebration. We had bouncy castles and different activities and balloons and face painting and all of that. And it built community. Community is very, very important. Of course, alcohol-free and actually enough drug-free. And the Drugs Initiative is very, very important in that. So from something that was a small little acorn in a sense, not a major oak tree has grown, but a fair oak tree has grown, and it's growing and it's getting better year by year. And in fact, I'm being moved parish now in the next month, but this will continue. We're just setting it up tonight. In a month's time, I'll be up 78 miles in another smaller little parish, and hopefully it will grow there as well. But it will continue on. It will continue on when I have gone from the parish here, you know. So it's an excellent programme, and I would say, have a go. Thank you.
I'm Bishop Eamon Welsh, the Vice Chair of the Bishop's Drugs Initiative, and I'm here to encourage you in your community or your parish to get involved in the Bishop's Drugs Initiative. You've seen from the DVD the great difference that local volunteers can do, and that can happen in your community or parish. All it takes is one individual with energy and enthusiasm to ensure that something is going to happen in your area. There's help to take you every step of the way through John or Darren at the Columbus Centre in Maynooth, or contact the Catholic Bishop's website. You get all the information, but I wish to stress that from baby steps the whole way through, you'll be accompanied and encouraged, and you may change, and will, have no doubt, change the lives of so many people yet unknown through starting this initiative in your parish or community. I urge you to give it a lash.